One day suddenly a poisonous virus spreads all over the world. Every person over the age of 13 is killed instantly by this virus. Meanwhile, the hidden opportunistic vampires come out and start taking over the world. They fill the surviving children in trucks and take them to their cities. 4 years pass and most of the world has now been taken over by blood-sucking vampires. Now those remaining children are reared like livestock, and their blood is extracted using blood-sucking machines. Yu, the protagonist of the story, is returning to his friend Mika, the second main character of the story, after getting his blood drawn. He complains to his friend about their cattle-like life. Meanwhile, 2 vampires pass by and step on the hands of 2 children. Seeing this, Yu angrily goes to fight them but remains powerless in front of those vampires. Just then Lord comes there, to whom Mika pleads to forgive his friend by calling him mindless. In return, Lord invites him to meet him at his house at night so he can suck his blood. On their way back home, Yu and Mika have a fight and the two go their separate ways. Everyone sits down to have dinner but Mika has not returned home yet. Yu is unable to eat the food and spends the whole night waiting for Mika. When Mika comes back home in the middle of the night, both the friends have dinner. Mika shows Yu a gun he stole from the Lord's house and a map to escape from this place. All the children try to run away from there on that lonely night. They somehow manage to escape from the guards and move towards the last door to exit from there. But their joy turns to horror when they see the Lord waiting for them at the door. Yu and Mika tell the others to run away but one by one the ruthless vampire Lord kills them all. Enraged, Mika goes near Lord to kill him with a gun, but he stabs and cuts off his hand. Yu immediately picks up the gun from the ground and fires it at Lord's head, killing him instantly. Yu tries to take the injured Mika out of the door, but the Lord's attack leaves him in a very fatal condition. Sneaking slowly, Mika tells Yu to leave him and run away. Yu runs away crying, screaming, and collapsing. He sees a destroyed town, frozen in ice. There he meets some soldiers of the Moon Demon Company, whose aim is to eliminate vampires from this world. Lieutenant Colonel Guren, the captain of the team, tells him that not all humans were killed by the virus, but 10% of the humans were saved. But now strange blood-sucking monsters have arisen in the world, which are known enemies of humans. Guren offers him the chance to join the Moon Demon Company to eliminate the vampires, which he accepts. 4 years have passed since that tragic incident. Yu has now become a trainee soldier of the Moon Demon Company. While on night guard, a blood-sucking monster attacks 2 soldiers. Yu disobeys orders from his superiors and single-handedly attacks the monster and kills it. For disobeying his senior's order, he is suspended and sent to a normal school away from the fight for punishment. There, an army surveillance officer, Shinoa, tells him that his suspension will not end until he makes at least one friend at school. After class, both of them are talking when some students start bullying Yoichi. Yu intervenes and stops those bullies to help him. But just as he's about to fight, Shinoa tells him that he can't fight a civilian because he's in the army. Yu is forced to put up with the tyranny of those bullies. Yoichi tells them that his older sister saved his life by sacrificing her life to a vampire, so he wants to join the army and end the vampires. Just then a vampire escapes from the biological research faculty near the school and enters the school. Yu heads to class to fight the vampire. A female vampire in class is about to drink the blood of a student when Yu arrives. He injures the vampire many times but the vampire heals herself. When the vampire tries to drink the girl's blood, Yoichi saves the girl by risking his life. Yu saves Yoichi from the vampire but the vampire pushes him hard enough that both of them fall through the window. Although Yu thrusts his sword into her stomach, she does not die. Luckily, Guren appears there and attacks the vampire with his cursed sword, killing her instantly. Upon seeing Guren and the team, Yu asks him to let him join the Moon Demon Company, but Guren is adamant that he must make a friend first. Then his friend Yoichi comes there and starts crying and hugging him. After a while, Yu regains consciousness and Shinoa tells him that both of them have been accepted into the Moon Demon Company. The next morning Shinoa shows him her contracted demon weapon. Such weapons are used to kill any vampire. Upon seeing Shinoa's weapon, He starts fighting with her to take the weapon, but Shinoa gives him no chance and defeats him very easily. Later, Yoichi's friends come to ask him for help, telling him that their friend has gone into the Forbidden Chamber and hasn't come back. On the way, Shinoa tells them that the Forbidden Chamber is full of demons where New Moon Demon Company members are trained and ordinary people are not allowed to enter. Going inside, they see that a student has been possessed by a demon axe. Yu starts a fight with that demon axe, in order to contract it, but as soon as he touches it, the demon starts showing him the hallucination of his friends. After this, the demon starts playing with his mind to control him. But Yu does not listen to him and comes out of the demon's hallucination trap. A few days later, Yu and Yoichi are transferred to the Moon Demon Company's military training school. On the very first day, Yu starts a fight with another student, Kimizuki, so Guren teaches them both a lesson. Later, for the upcoming test, the teacher asks the students to form teams of 2. However, due to Yu's bad behavior, none of the students want to pair with him, so he is forced to team up with Kimizuki. But they have to stop the test midway as Kimizuki's sister's condition suddenly deteriorates in the hospital. Both of their hands are handcuffed together, so Yu also comes with him to the hospital. Later, Kimizuki tells him that a virus has gone into his sister's body, which can only be treated in a military hospital, so he wants to join the army. Both of them end their estrangement by talking and they become good friends. A few days later, Yu meets Guren and immediately starts kicking him. Yu insists on giving him the infernal weapon. The next day in class, the teacher gives them their test results. Yu gets a 0 on a test, so he tries to hide it, but Shinoa takes the result from him and makes him chase the whole class. After a while, Guren comes to the class, seeing which Yu and Kimizuki start asking for the infernal weapon. Seeing their stubbornness, Guren demonstrates the power of his demon sword to test them. Due to the power of the sword, all the students except Yu, Kimizuki, Shinoa and Yoichi fall unconscious. Guren takes them to an underground facility for the contract ceremony. This place has the faces of demons all around. The most powerful rare Black Demon series weapons are kept at this place. All 3 go near their weapons of choice and touch them, which starts their demon trials. Yoichi's trial is taken by the demon posing as his dead sister and Kimizuki's trial by posing as his sick younger sister. The demon takes the form of Mika and the rest of the children for Yu's trial and accuses him of not avenging their deaths, but Yu doesn't fall for his tricks. Seeing this, the demon reverts to its true form and contracts with Yu. Yu and Kimizuki are able to contract with the demon and get their infernal weapon, but Yoichi is overpowered by the demon. Guren orders Yu and Kimizuki to kill the demon turned Yoichi because once possessed by a demon, there is no turning back. Yu and Kimizuki make a plan to save Yoichi and separate the demon weapon from his hand. However, it doesn't work because the demon is in Yoichi's body and not in the weapon. Seeing no choice, Yu throws away his sword and challenges the demon Yoichi to attack him with the belief that the real Yoichi will not let it happen. His plan seems to work and Yoichi regains control of his body. All 3 of our boys are ready to fight on the front lines. How will they do? What will happen? We will see in part 2. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.